since all of you have cleared your CA and now you're in a fix what to do, practice or job. So we are here to discuss the options available. We are covering broadly two aspects here, practice or job. Of course, there are other alternatives as well, but we are mainly focusing on these two areas. So first of all, I would like you guys to grab a pen and paper near you so that we can do a small activity. Let's grab a pen and paper fast. Guys, this is a practical approach that I have been following in my life for all the decisions I have made. So I would like, because you are on a juncture where you would be in a fix, what to do, practice or job. So let's take a rational decision. I am here to help you, guide you, and the decision will be all yours. But of course, I would like you guys to take a rational and a practical decision where you can consider many points and then take a decision for yourself. So I hope you guys have a pen and paper available near you. So let's begin. Firstly, these are the questions that you have to ask yourself. What is your personal interest? You guys have done your articleship, you have cleared CA, so there are many there are many subjects. Which is the subject that interests you, or which area in your practice, in your articleship, during your articleship, you have really liked? So what is your personal interest? Write down that. We'll be discussing all the answers separately. I would just like you guys to write down the subject or area that you like. It can be 2, 3 also. So for those who have joined now, please grab a pen and paper and write down the answers to these following questions. We would be discussing the answers to them after all the questions are completed. Second question, what are your geographic and other personal preferences? Like, is your family into some business and you would like, and you're not sure as of now, or you belong to a small town and you don't know, like you don't have much options available there. So what are your geographic and other personal preferences? Like, this is a very broad question. Write down for yourself what answers you think. So coming to the next question, are you a self-motivated person or you need mentors around you? Are you a risk taker or risk averse? By risk averse, I mean you afraid to take risk in your life. Are you an extrovert or introvert? Is your family financially dependent on you, or you have any major financial responsibilities coming in next 1 to 2 years? Is marriage on the cards, or is your family dependent financially on you? Last question, do you have senior family members in practice? So I guess you must have noted down all the answers. Let's discuss all these one by one. Apart from these questions, when we are done with the webinar, I would like you guys to sit for yourself, and apart from these, what other things are important for you as a person, just note it down, the pros, cons, and rate the things, like out of 3, how much it is important for you. And on that basis, you can take a calculated and a practical decision for yourself. And believe me, this helps a lot. Like, I have done it for my all the important decisions in my life, and it has certainly helped me, and it would surely help you. Just follow the things that whatever is important for you, or whatever are the pros and cons you are discussing about, or is the subject matter, you write it down. Because when you write down, all the things are on the paper in front of your eyes, not somewhere in the mind. So write down all the things, and discuss like take a decision for yourself basis on the points that you have written down. So let's discuss, what is your personal interest. So this answer is irrespective of job or practice. Its only relevance is to have a clear picture of what you like. Because if you like any of the subject, you can go into job or practice, but you should be sure that it is there in your career choice. Because if you like that subject, you can take it way forward than any other subject where you don't like and you're just doing for the sake of doing. What are your geographic and other personal preferences? So, as I said, if you want to be on your home in your hometown, many of you would be from small towns or something. So, if you want to settle down there and you want to see that what are the opportunities, so look accordingly. And if you're ready to relocate, and suppose in case you have a family business and at this moment you're not sure whether you want to join it or not, so rather than going for a practice, maybe you can go for a job for some time, and like whenever you have a clarity in your mind, you can come back to the family business. So guys, I would like you all to write J or P on the basis of the answers that you've written for yourself in front of them, J or P, J for job or P for practice, so that you have a clear idea like where are you leading. Are you a self-motivated person, or you need mentors around you? So as you all know, practice is a lot is lot to do with your self motivation. There's no person around you, there's no boss, so you have to guide yourself, you have to guide your team. So you have to be self motivated within yourself. So if you think you are self motivated, you should go ahead with it. But if you think that, oh, okay, I am not kind of a self motivated person, so I need someone to guide me or to help me at my early stages, so it is rather better that you join a corporate job or a job in a big four and have a clarity and build yourself for the professional years in the coming professional world in the coming years. Are you a risk taker or risk averse? So practically, practice tests your patience. It will take time for things to fall in place. And if you think that you can go through all the ups and downs, and because this thing will not, like, the every day will not be the same. Sometimes you will be loaded with work, and sometimes there will be no work at all. So, and that work also goes along with the finances. So if you think you can go ahead with it for maybe 2 to 3 years, because it takes time, everything takes time, and it's not a job kind of thing that even if you don't have work, the salary would be coming in. So this is not going to be there. So if you think you can take the risk, go ahead with the practice. Otherwise, there's nothing wrong in playing safe as well and going ahead with the job. Are you an extrovert or introvert? This question actually matters a lot, because in practice you have to meet people, you have to meet strangers, You have to build a social circle. You have to make yourself available every time. So and it's not easy for introverts to do that, because they are generally surrounded by only the closed ones they know, and they are comfortable in their own space. But when you are in the practice, you have to be available to everyone, and you need to know everyone, because the larger the network is, the better the chances that people will give you their work. So on the basis what you've written, just try J or P. I hope you guys are writing. Is your family financially dependent on you, or you have any major financial responsibilities coming in next 1 to 2 years? If yes, it is better to go initially in job, so that you have some financial stability. And whenever you think, okay, I have done this, but my passion lies where I this. But initially, if you think that you have responsibilities, because no certainty, you guys do. So if you think there are additional responsibilities, so go ahead with the. Do you have senior family members in practice? Many of you would be having senior family members in practice who would be practicing from many years, and uh, since you are into you have completed your articleship and you are now a freshly qualified chartered accountant, maybe you do not like what you have did in your articleship period. So you might be in a fix that do you want to go ahead with the practice, or you want to enter the corporate world and see what lies there for you, and you're not sure at this moment. uh, that's okay. But if their work even slightly interests you, go ahead with it, because you don't know what legacy you have. You don't know at this moment that it what you have, because there are many people around who want to start their own practice, but they have no background, and that will take time. But you guys have a platform ready for yourself, and you just have to take it to the another level. You have already the clientele. You just need to think that what service can I provide to them, something that is different from what my family was doing till now, because there are many areas which are required, like apart from the regular taxation or anything that your family is already providing. So think of something else that is relevant in today's time, and give them those services. You already have the clientele, so go ahead with it. So here is the your ends my all the questions. I hope you guys have written down, and after the webinar, maybe you guys have even more points in your mind, and you can write down for yourself and decide accordingly. That this seriously helps, guys. So do that. Uh, Okay, so till now we have discussed the questions. Maybe this has given you the clarity, like 30%, I could say. Rather, I would like we would rather go and discuss all the things in a practice or a job separately, so that you have more clarity. So to begin with, we'll go with the practice. So what matters for a successful practice? What do you think? So practice, it starts from P, and also there are three P's that are really important. One is patience, second is persistence, and third is planning. So why is it important? Patience, because you need to be patient. You don't know when it will take off. Even if, like, it can take years, it can take months, it can. And as I said, there will be days where you have a lot of work, you'll be busy, and there'll be days you will be having nothing on your plate. So you have to be patient, and you have to be there. Persistence, no matter what, you have to be available. You have ahead. You have to be there. You have to um, keep trying and trying and trying until, of course, something will work out. And even if there is a 10% success in your maybe first year, don't stop or don't think that you're not capable, or I should go ahead with the job only, like I should change my field. It will take time. You have to be persistent in your efforts. And the third thing is planning. Now, since there is no one above you to guide you, as people are there in the job, or they would guide you or they would give you some work, your no one is going to give the work. You are supposed to give work to people. You are supposed to guide your team. So for that, you need to plan for yourself, plan for your team. You should have long term plans divided into short term plans and even daily plans. You need to have daily plans. You need to have a daily diary maintained for yourself. What are the plans? Maybe one what for the next uh, 1 month. Like your plan should be always on a like descending basis, or maybe a top down approach. You should have a plan that is for your like an upper goal 5 years from now or 10 years from now, and then backwards you have to plan. Apart from these three P's, networking is important. Now, what do I mean by network? Practice is a game of networking. By networking, I mean you have to be connect to people. You meet strangers. You meet, and that this is important because uh, not everyone is going to give you work. If you know 10 people, what do you think? How many would give you their work? Maybe one. If you know 100 people, 10 people. So if you know 1,000 people, 100 people would give you their work. So it clearly defines that it's a game of networking. The number of people you know, the number of work you'll be getting. And it's not going to be easy. You have to be there. You have to continuously pitch for yourself that, okay, I am into practice. You don't have to give advertise, but you need to show your skills, what you are good at. And last point is specialization. Specialization is actually very important in today's period of time, because unless you specialize, no one is going to come to you. I'll ask you a simple question. If you are building your own house, who would you who would you hire for your house? It's your dream house. You don't want to take any chances, correct? So who would you give this work? Someone you know, or someone who's expert at it? Of course, someone who's expert at it. You don't want to take any chances, correct? So you don't have to be there that, okay, I do everything. I do taxation, I do audit, I do GST, I do everything. Okay, you might be doing everything, but there's something that is a USP of yours. You are some specialized, like you are an expert of something. Like people should come up to you. See, if you are ordinary, like I do everything, for example. So there are 100 people who are doing everything. Why I should be chosen for the work? But if there's something that only a few people, maybe 10 people specializes, so my chance of getting hired are, of course, more than if I'm not specializing in something. So what do you want to specialize in? It's your call. But in today's practice world, of course, you need to specialize to be there, like to succeed. You need to specialize in, you need to be an expert of whatever field you like, be it IT, be it cyber security, or be it forensic, be it IP, whatever it is. But you need to take a stand that, okay, I will specialize into something, and this will be my forte. And not few people are here, so I will be here. Now we'll come down to ways of practice. Now, till now, we have discussed that what do you need for a successful practice. But uh, if you have decided that, okay, you want to go for a practice, but you don't know where to start from because you are at this position where you're not clear that how do I go ahead? Okay, I am a risk taker, I am an extrovert, but how do I go forward? So there are certain ways of doing practice, and you can take any of the things. So first is go ahead with a proprietary firm. You can register yourself as a proprietor, and you can start your own practice. Maybe approach the known people you know, and through them you can approach other people. This is the most easiest easiest as in just in the terms of uh, like you are sitting alone and you are doing your own practice. It's not easy to get work, but yeah, this is the way. Second is proprietorship plus assignment work. Like you register yourself, and there are a lot of chartered accountants who are not who have a lot of work, but they don't have that time, or they don't have that capacity to do that work. So capacity as in number of like they have a limited set of people and doing that work. So those are the limitations. They are not able to do that work as an EM, but they are uh, they have a they have this much capacity, and they want to assign like outsource their work. So wherever you start your practice, go and meet senior CAs and approach them for assignment work. Maybe it not everyone will give you, but of course at least you have some work in your hand, and through that you build your own, you do that work, and you get create your network. When you do that work, money is not the matter, your work is the thing that you want as of now. Partnership firm with known ones. So proprietorship, if you have now no one else to work to join a partnership firm, like to start with, but if you have people around you, there are friends, or they are like qualified in 2 3 years, and they're doing a job, but they want to get into practice. So if they are known ones, because partnership is the thing where you want a bond between you guys, that everything is clear, you don't want any mess ups. So this is a very good thing to go ahead with it, that you start your own partnership firms and take expertise in one area. Like one of you decide with start with GST, one of you take direct taxes, one of you take internal audits as an expertise. So you in and all provide all the services to everyone, but individually you practice on your own. So to start with, and of course doing it alone, it is always better that you do it with your friends. You have that motivation, you have that zeal within you, so it's always better. But if there's no one around, you think that they want to join in or something, but you want to go ahead with it, so start with proprietorship. It's like it's work things will work out in time. Job at an existing CA firm with an intent to open a branch office. Now, job, we are discussing practice, so where this word job comes from. So there's an existing CA firm who has a name. So that there can be means that you associate yourself with them on the terms that you have to like maybe in the initial period you can work there on fixed basis, and later on when things are okay between you guys, so you can have a term that okay, we can share maybe a partnership, like whatever ratio this you guys can decide, because it is easier to have work in your hand in at this moment. And even if they are in some other cities, for example Bombay, Pune, anywhere, Bangalore. So if you think that you want to open their branch office in your hometown or wherever you want to practice, it's a very good way to start, because you already have some known people, some help from other people. And at this moment, what you need to do is, when you are here, you have to go out. Whenever your senior partners go out and meet people, meet prospective clients, because it's very important. When you start on your own, you have to approach people for work, and what do you talk to them when you go there? So if you are already working somewhere, you want to work in a CA firm, uh, talk to them that I'll accompany you wherever you go, so that you have that skills. You know what to talk, when to talk, what are the terms to be decided. And whenever you are on your own, starting a branch office, or maybe you're joining as a partner and you have to go alone to talk to people, you are not new to this. So you should be, you have to get these terms very clear with your seniors CAs, that I'll be accompanying you, and the terms and everything, know about it, that how it is priced and what are the things that are to be decided, and the remuneration part, everything. So it will help you. These are the four broad ways of practicing. Apart from this, of course, there might be ways, but this I could think of, and these are all the things that I have talked to people, talked to seniors, and compiled the entire thing. So I could come up with these four different prospects in practice. Now, there are some conventional ways, some non-conventional ways, and we could talk something as semi-conventional. Semi-conventional, by this I mean that these have recently, in the past 10 years, they have emerged up, 10 to 15 years, and non-conventional are still in the process, and they are the future. So conventional, we have been doing for years: statutory audit, taxation, bank audits, accounting, project financing. There's nothing wrong in going with any of these things. But of course, where the conventional things, people are already there, and people have set up a very good practice. So if you want to prosper, and if you want something that differs, something that is different in you from others, you can take up the semi-conventional and non-conventional ones as well. So the new non-conventional areas I would speak upon: business advisory, regarding you gain knowledge in some these fields, and you become an expert of any of these fields, and uh, there will be very few people who will be doing this. So you have a very good chance that your practice prospers. Of course, you can take up these things because this is the bread and butter. Nothing like your initial clientele will come from these things only, semi-conventional and non-conventional ones. But of course, if you want to prosper and if you want something different in you, so go ahead with these things: business advisory, intellectual property law, labor law advisory, FDI compliances. FDI compliances is that you there are many investors who want to invest in the equity of Indian companies. So you come up with you are known with the laws, you make yourself knowledgeable about the process, about the documentation part, about the different this all the laws and everything that are there. So about these things, there are fintech laws. There are many fintech companies coming up, but there is no specific law as of now in the country which makes people in a fix that what do we do. So this is a very good area for CAs to enter and guide people. Then virtual CFO services, as I told you, join start a partnership firm where everyone expertise has an expertise in their own fields, and the startups, especially who cannot hire or who cannot afford a CA, in fact, like afford a full-time CA, you can provide them these services where you can take care of their budgeting and everything, like management management accounting and everything. You can where do they want to lead, and designing all the projects and everything, project reports for them and everything. So virtual this VC funding. So these are the broadly the ways. This you guys can take a screenshot of this and maybe research for yourself and think which areas do you want to like, which areas do you like. Apart from these, of course, there are other many areas, but I have tried to cover majority of them. So all said about the practice thing. Now we come to the job. If you think practice what we have discussed till now, this was one part. If you think you are not someone who wants to go into practice as of now, and you think job is your way forward as of now, so we will be discussing this as well. What makes you successful in corporate world? Of course, you want to be successful wherever you are, maybe be it practice or be it the job. So first of all, since you guys would be going through your campus right now, I would suggest you to do trainings or do courses on available on Udemy or this Coursera. That is your interest, like wherever you think. For example, if you want to go ahead with some kind of a job, say investment banking, there are courses available in these fields on Udemy or Coursera. So go ahead with it, so that when you go for the interview, you are something different from other peers that are appearing. You have something extra than what they have. They also have cleared their chapter accountancy course, and you are also on the same page. But what makes you different, what makes the company choose you, is the things that these courses or these things that you are going to take, and you are going to stand out something different from these people. Company plus profile. Now, this is very important. Maybe if you have decided that you want to go ahead with job, but which area, which field, which company, where do I join? You must be having many opportunities available, or you might be searching for many opportunities, but where do you join? So, guys, this is very important that along with the company, what matters is profile. You do not neglect any of this. If you like if you like company, for example, any of the companies, IT companies, bank, any of the companies you are given a like your interview scheduled in some days. So make sure you know your profile very well, because profile will be profile is going to matter. You will be building your base from here. What what takes you ahead in time? Uh, this will be decided on what decision you take right now. So apart from the company, you have to see what profile you are being hired for, and do you like that profile? Because you should give your 100%, and you should make a you should make your career steps and take the first step correct. Because after, if you think that okay, company was good, I'm not sure of the profile, but I would surely join the company. Maybe when after 2 years, when you are looking for a change, or because you're not going to be with the same company every time, right? So when you look for a change, they are going to offer you the same kind of profile. Maybe that would be the case 70 to 80% of times. There can be change in profile as well. But you think, what would be they offering you? If you've learned something in 2 years, they would be paying you for your chartered accountancy course and for the experience you have gained in these 2 years. And if you think that you don't like this work and you want to change, so forget that part. You are starting afresh. And guys, this happens a lot of times with many people. So be very sure at this juncture that where and what profile do you want for yourself. And with if you're not sure as of now, that's okay. There's nothing wrong in experimenting, but take a rational decision, take a calculated decision for yourself. That's what I would say. Learnability. What makes you successful? Learnability. I would say these things what I've taken here um, would matter at some point of time in your career, but learnability will be there for forever with you. Now, what is learnability? It is the ability to learn. When you are in a job, you things will be different for every kind of company. Even the profiles that you handle, like if you are in the same profile, say FP&E, but you are in IT company, then you are handling in same in the IT company, but for some project. So things will be different. So you need to have that thing in you, that you have the ability to learn. Learnability means the ability to learn, unlearn, and relearn. So these three things, learning, unlearning, and relearning, is very important for you in your all the prospects, like during your entire corporate world. So this is very important, and this is going to take you really forward. So have this in mind, have this in your mind, that whatever you do, you have this thing in you. Differentiation. What is differentiation? You have to be different than your peers. How, not just during your interviews or something you have to be different, but during your job also, during your corporate career also, you have to stand out from other peers that are with you. How do you do this? Guys, there are a lot of platforms available. For example, LinkedIn. Whatever work you are doing, say for example, you are in the analysis position, you are handling FP&A profile for yourself. So what do? You pick up some companies' balance sheet, and you do analysis, and you post your videos or you post your views. Your LinkedIn should be as attractive as your Facebook. So, in of course a professional way. So this stands out. This makes you different. Now, what do you need to be different? What do you need for being different from your peers? First, update your LinkedIn profile. Second, I would say, um, whatever important achievements you have in your corporate career, note that down. This mistake we generally do, that we do not note down for ourselves that what big achievements we have achieved. Because next time when you are appearing for an interview, one sure question would be, what have you done in your previous companies? What have you uh, personally done that is different, like that makes you different? So a similar kind of question, maybe the words would differ, but similar kind of question would be there for everyone. And for that time, maybe at that time or at that particular time, you would not remember for yourself that what are the things that you have personally done. For example, if you are in a big four and you have handled some clients, and there were some matters that you have you have taken or you have found out. So write down, note it down somewhere, have a diary, have a notes for yourself, that something different or uh, something you have achieved. Write it down, note it down, and do mention it in your CVs as well. That makes you different and that makes you stand out. Of course, and LinkedIn profile also is seen by your prospective companies. When they hire you, the HR goes through your LinkedIn profile. So if they think that okay, you are something more than the other people, so they will, of course, uh, that helps you in your negotiation skill, like negotiation points as well. So this is very important, that you are something else different from along your peers, and what there's something that makes you different from others. Lastly, you should have a development plan for yourself. As we had a plan in practice, you need to have a plan for yourself in the corporate world also. Without a plan, you don't know where you will be leading. So if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So that is very important, that you should have a development plan for yourself. You talk to your seniors in your company. They have achieved a lot. What do they think, that where should you be after 5 years, after 10 years, or maybe what projects you should take, or how should you deal with it, so that you are something, and you have something an addition to yourself apart from the other people. So have a development plan, speak to them, ask them about their journey and build a journey for yourself. So this was all about the corporate world, about the jobs. I hope I have given you a broad perspective about both practice and job. Of course, with the time limitation, we have tried to cover the major things, and there are other things as well. And there are other avenues other than job and practice, which we have not discussed in detail here, but of course, there are there. So you can be an entrepreneur, you can start a business, you can, because you have the knowledge, you have accounts knowledge, you have taxation knowledge, you have finance knowledge, everything that needs you to become a successful businessman, you have it in you. So why not? Maybe if you have family business, you can go ahead with that. Or if you think there are some ideas that you have, so go ahead with it. And of course, since this is on your own, no one is going to pay. Same things are required: patience, persistence, everything. Same things as you needed for a practice. Apart from that, also marketing. Very important. If you are an entrepreneur, marketing is the most important thing that you need. So if you think that, okay, apart from job or practice, I have to consider something else, and you can market some product really good, you're good at marketing skills, you're good at selling something, you people would take from you what you're selling. So you can also go ahead with being an entrepreneur. Teaching, if you think you're good at explaining things to people, this is also a very good avenue. Financial advisor, a lot of people have a lot of money, but they do not know how to deal with it or what to do with it. So you can be planners for them, since you are an expert in the field of finance. This will also like need your patience, and you need to uh, keep keep yourself updated about the various uh, avenues that are there in this, if you have to go ahead with it. Apart from this, you can have further studies. If you're not if you are like, apart from CA, I want to do some else, something other than these. So there are many courses. Choose the right one. What defines you? Like, it should be an addition to what you have done till now, and it should be a platform for your uh, forward journey as well. Like, whatever you want to do your in the future, it should reflect in your further studies. Maybe if you want to go ahead with finance, you can try CFA. If you are good at law, you can try CS or law. So think accordingly. This is for yourself. What do you think will work out in your future? So apart, if you think CA is not enough, and of course it is not enough, you have to do professional courses. You have to keep yourself updated, because you are in the field of knowledge, and it is going to be there. So keep yourself updated, maybe with some courses or something, or some further professional studies. So with this, I would end my thing, end my presentation. If you have any questions, you can write it down in the question box. Is it okay to shift from job to practice, or vice versa, in next 2 years if we are not sure? Guys, I don't think there's a problem with it. See, if you are into job, you can come into practice anytime. Uh, that would really help you, because you have seen the corporate world, and it would help you somewhere. Like, you have the talking skills, you have built your personality. You were not an you were not an extrovert, but when you meet people, you are uh, when you meet people around, you of course build your confidence, and you are able to do go ahead and talk to people on your own, so that you have in yourself. And from practice to job, I would say, uh, people think that it is not possible, but yes, it is possible. From If you're practicing and you think that it is not working out, you can go ahead anytime with jobs. You will have to take some extra steps. Maybe you'll have to update yourself. Maybe you'll have to do some additional courses. Maybe you will have to take an expertise in any subject, any courses that you want to do, like if you want to go to investment banking or some other fields, and if you think that they are not going to hire me, but you see yourself as what you see yourself, people will see you. So if you think they will not hire you, you have a very good ability, that you had that risk taking ability. Not many people have it. So you were not there by like, because you don't have anything in your hand, you were not there. Therefore, you had taken that choice that you want to be into practice. But if things don't work out, or if you think that financially I should get a little more stable at this point of time and maybe I can come back later, there is no there are no restrictions. Of course, there would be a little uh, this little patience and everything you will be needing, but I don't think that it is that difficult, because what you have, not many people have here. You are a qualified chartered accountant, and that's more than enough. Don't doubt yourself. That is the most important thing. If you doubt yourself, how will you tell people that uh, that please hire me, or give like, I am capable of doing this work, please assign me your work? Don't doubt yourself. I hope I have given the answer. So any other questions? Okay. So with this, I would like to thank you for your patient listening, and thank you for attending. I hope I would have added some value to your decision making. And if you have any doubts, if you have any questions, please let me know. You can even write a mail at the given mail ID. So thank you everyone for your patient listening.